How are you feeling? Are you feeling like sparkles? Well, today I have an amazing show. I've got amazing guests. Wow. And I brought the sparkles to match up with their sparkle. We're going to talk about inspiration. And what does inspiration mean for you? Do you know it's like, oh, look at my gloves. Do you know to get inspiration is like this fast? If you put on your song and you dance to your song, you will get inspiration. When you look at the sunset or a dawn, you look at God's beautiful canvas, it can inspire you. For me, I'm a very lucky person. I want to say a lucky girl. I do see lots of butterflies almost every day. And then I will say, thank you, my beautiful Lord. You are with me. Thank you for a beautiful day. So if you are almost ready, I am ready. I am sparkle-fied. My guest is almost ready. But first, let us bring us here, now in the present. And yes, I am standing and I can feel the earth underneath my feet. But to be present at the moment, just for 1 second, do 3 deep breaths with me. So we inhale, exhale, another one in, last one. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready to get some inspiration? So, if you need some extra inspiration, book a free discovery call with me and then we can do some dancing. Oh, I love dancing. So, first of all, before bringing up my guest, one thing I would love to mention that in South Africa we have load shedding, so there's not enough power for everyone. And both of my two ladies guests are from South Africa. So you will see Deborah, is in the dark, but she's got light all around her. So we make a plan. We make a plan. So I want to say thank you to E360 TV for sponsoring me, for giving us this amazing platform so that we can come and tell our stories. And in my case, my beautiful power hour, I've got amazing guests that will come and tell their stories and enlighten us, give us their sparkle. So please give me a minute. I'm going to play E360 TV video. Hello, my beautiful guest. And just before I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself, we have a guest already that have said, hi, Sanet, we are ready. Oh, so you can see my beautiful Rich and Aretha and Deborah. We've got already somebody, or there's two that says, yes, they are so ready for you. Thank you for letting us know, Melanie. So I'm going to start off with Rich. Rich, can you please tell us a short story of your life? But before you do that, might I just tell the people how we met? Thank you. So for me, I'm here in South Africa and I decided I want to be a public speaker. I wrote down my plan. That same day, I got an advertisement from Marty Dickinson from Speaker Speak Live to join the group. We started in May, and that is where I met Rich. He came and told his story for 10 minutes. And wow, his voice is amazing. His storytelling is amazing. He is just totally inspiration for me. So when this inspiration theme came up, there was no other gentleman that I wanted to come and inspire us. So Rich, thank you so much for being here. And if you can tell us a little bit of your story, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, I'm getting pretty old. I don't know how little bit I've got of my story, but for the most part, what people may care about is some of the things that have made me the win anyway guy, which is how I identify myself as a speaker and a coach. And that's just kind of going through life, always trying to find a way to define my own victories, to let myself live by my own definition instead of what the world tells me I am or who I am. It's overall, you want the basic bio. I'm married almost 24 years. I've got 6 kids. I sell newspaper advertising during my day job, and on the side, I coach speakers and I do professional speaking. But most importantly, in whatever I do, I try to help people find what victory is for themselves and not let themselves be brought down by the people around them who seem to often want to keep us down.
Amazing. So I will give you my sparkles. Thank you so much, Rich. So the next person I would love to introduce herself is Deborah. We've got a message for you. It's at the Disciple School of Ministry. They say hi, Deborah. So I met Deborah on a virtual that I have attended for Justin, and now I cannot think of Justin's surname.
Cohen.
Oh, yeah, Cohen. And the first time I saw Deborah, and we called her Debbie, so sometimes I do forget to call her the right name. And then I just sent a friend request to her. So I think we know each other since 2020. And how amazing. You were one of my first ladies that joined the Diamond Beauties in August 2021. And we are just going strength by strength by strength. So if you can introduce yourself, I would really appreciate that.
My name's Deborah Conlon, and my name can be a few names, so whichever way is good, I'm happy with that. I am a life coach, and I would say that a life recovery coaching has really been also, like I said, a stepping stone of what my life has looked like. I did come from a challenging childhood, one that was much love and care, but sadly my father was an alcoholic. And that led to a lot of other challenges and difficulties in our home. Even though we had those challenges, when my father passed away 5 years ago, we were able to be in a position where we could still love each other, care for each other, and be there for each other on his final days. So, I think my inspiration for coaching comes from, it's not what life gives us, it's how we deal with life. It's not the storms we face, but how we ride through those storms. So that is where I find, inspiring people when they feel hopeless to just find hope. And that is what I hope to often bring from the work or the coaching that I give, to just be an inspiration to others. And then I'm inspired by people like yourself. But I'm also a mother of 4 amazing children, very blessed. I will soon be a granny and cannot wait. My baby, my baby Maya is due on the 6th of July. And then, my life is just such a blessing. I will next Sunday be ordained into ministry with Disciple School of Ministries. And I thank Pastor Ash and Pastor Devon and the family for their love and for their support, believing in me on this new journey in my life and this new season to be in ministry full time. And I just thank God for everything and every journey He gives me. And, all that we do in life is about, what is the difference we can make. And again, storytelling is really what it's about, and I hope that my life can be an inspiration to others and an encouragement that, we don't have to walk around with the scars and live in pain. We can have scars, but then they can actually bring about much joy and happiness. They don't have to be fatal. So
Wow,
that's me.
amazing, amazing. And my beautiful Deborah, I say even not a broken pencil, but a pencil that needs to be sharpened can still color in. How amazing.
Wow.
So I've got somebody that says, "Hello, beautiful people." So I know it's still somebody from the Diamond Beauties. So ladies, please put your name in, because we will not be able to pick up who is giving us a message. And then we've got another person that said, "That's amazing. Congratulations on being the first member of the Diamond Beauties Forever." So, yes, we are coming a long way. And how inspirational are we not on the group? So, the next person I'm going to ask, this lady, I must just tell you. Every time I see her post, she's a bottle of fun. It's like you have put a fizzy drink in her whole body, and she just give out fizzies and sparkles, and she is just a delight to speak to her, to have her on your show. So, Aretha, if you can please introduce yourself, and also just want to mention, Deborah, you have introduced Aretha to me. So thank you so much for that connection. Aretha, you're welcome to tell us a little bit about you.
Good evening, beautiful people, South African time, good evening. And I feel really blessed and privileged to be here. Thank you so much, Sanet, for having me. Hello, Rich. Hello, Debbie. Yes, indeed, I am so blessed that Debbie introduced me to you, Sanet, and to the Diamond Beauties group. And you know that I absolutely love your energy. You just are so infectious with your positive energy, and so I'm blessed to be able to tap into it as well. So I am Aretha Aleka. I am originally from Nigeria, but I've been living in South Africa, and I'm a mom to 3 amazing kids between the ages of 6 and 12, and definitely a wife to one. So I I am I am a network marketing professional. I'm a social retailer. I help people build healthy immune systems, and I'm very passionate about talking good health, especially for women and young girls. I am very passionate about young girls getting to understand what goes on inside their bodies, because I believe that if we know what's going on within us, we would be able to make more informed choices. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Oh, wow. Amazing. And Aretha, I loved it in one of your posts on Facebook. You were doing a handstand with your children. That was so amazing, amazing. So I've got a message for Deborah. Teresa said, "Hi, Mom Debbie. We're on all the best." Oh wow, amazing, amazing. So if I can go back to Rich, and I'm going to ask him the following question. Rich, you were telling us about win anyway. So how did you come up with that concept?
Yeah, I came up with that as I was waiting to deal with a traffic ticket. I was in the court building in the waiting area, and I was busy thinking, it was 2011, I need to have some sort of catchphrase. You know, I call myself this motivational speaker, but how can I brand myself? How can I make myself unique? And I started going through all the different things I talk about in life, and everything that I talked about basically could be distilled down to winning anyway, finding a way to come out victorious regardless of the circumstances I was in, whether it was my disability and my left leg stopping working back in 2006 and choosing to upgrade to a super deluxe robot leg, or dealing with my daughter who has an inoperable brain tumor and finding a way to make sure that she could continue to live her life. You know, all these big things, but then all the small things that we deal with too, at work, with our families, just in general. We are inundated with messages that say that we're not enough, and it's easy for us to think that way. And we have to shut that out and come up with our own definition of what a victory is. People were telling me, why would you choose to cut off your own leg? Well, because I couldn't walk with the leg I had, so I can now walk with the leg I'm getting. You may not understand, but I do. Sometimes you have to let go of something in order to grasp something better. And I came up with win anyway that day, and ever since then, that has been my message, and I have built all of my other messages around that concept.
Wow, amazing, amazing. That is so deep. I'm going to come back to you with that, Rich. I'm going to go to Deborah. Deborah, what is inspiring you? Sorry, Deborah, I'm just going to unmute
No
you.
problem. Okay.
You can say what is inspiring you.
My inspiration, I would say, has really come also from a lot of challenges. I think with, when one faces a lot of pain, one faces a lot of difficulties, we get to a place where we just want to give up, and we come to a place of depression, or we come to a place of, we feel, what, life is just not worth anything. I think my greatest hurdle was first, after my divorce in 2013, and I had been with my ex-husband for 30 years, and it had been a long time together to sever that and have to start over as a single mom, and even as a woman at 48. You began to see, sure, you're this age, and like, where do you start? And so I think that I started on a journey already then, and even younger, that, even when I had the challenges at home, the inspiration was to get working, learn something, move forward. For me, education and knowledge is really where my heart is. So I do a lot of time studying, transferring knowledge, helping people to understand, life, and that the more they learn, then the greater they're able to unlock their potential inside to become something great, because there is such greatness inside every one of us. And then my last journey has really been this last year with my mom, who on the 8th of March last year was met with a stroke at 76, leaving the office. She was 100% able. And within a moment, our lives changed with my mom from 100% being able to able. And so it's been a journey of digging deep, staying together as a family, still fighting for finding ways to live every day, and just to cope. And I think, being a family and joining as a family. But most of all, I think I'm blessed with the friends that inspire me to keep going. And even in my darkest times, and even almost tonight, I find I'm that light in that darkness, and I'm so thankful for that. For just being able to not lose hope. I'm somebody that believes you never ever give up. Always find that bridge that you can build to cross over, because there is always a way to the other side.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you, my beautiful Deborah. I'm just going to mute you. I'm going to unmute Aretha. Aretha, what inspires you?
Phew. Wow, I would say the very first thing I find inspiring is nature. I'm inspired by nature. The very first, at 4 when I wake up, listening with my eyes closed, my feet on the ground, cold floor. I'm thankful for the coldness under my feet. I listen for the sound of birds, and I literally say, show me a sign, Lord, give me I want to be part of this divine dance. And I listen, and from the distance I hear the first sound of a cock crow from a distance, and fills me with gratitude that my ears are functioning very well. And then I listen for the birds around 5 that make noise around that sing. They don't make noise, that make a beautiful sound around my window. So first thing first, I'm inspired by nature. But what I connect with what Debbie said, with trauma and difficult times. I have found giving value fills me with the desire to do more. It kind of fills my cup to do more. With losing my dad towards the end of last year, the very first week for me, I think within 24 hours, I was saying, Lord, I cannot be this person. I'm an inspiring person on a day-to-day basis. I cannot sit in this place of darkness. And so 3 days later, I was giving a talk to people recovering from stroke and people dealing with health challenges that was difficult. And speaking to them just filled me up with energy, so that I realized, okay, I have to keep speaking. This is what I do. This is what gives me energy. This is what gives me life, pouring life into other people. So I believe that you also can get inspiration from service to others. So yeah, that's me. Nature, music, dance, and service.
Wow, amazing. Thank you, Aretha. I'm just going to mute you. So, Rich, I am back with you. So, you said you started with your catchphrase in 2011. So, you are doing it now for 12 years. How many people, if you can give me a ballpark maybe, have you inspired? And not just inspired, but life transforming their lives?
That would be an impossible question to answer. I've been in front of audiences of hundreds and thousands, but I reach people online that I don't even know that I reach. And I probably reach more than I realize that I do, and not as many as I wish that I could. So all I do is put the message out there, and the people who need to hear it, hopefully they are finding it.
Wow. So I wanted to ask you as well, how did you apply it in your day-to-day life? And you have explained to us about what you do around your leg and your daughter. And is there other places in your life that you also incorporate that?
Sure. Well, winning anyway, it was something that I discovered I had done my whole life, but it wasn't until I sat down and really defined it that I realized I had been doing it, and then could actively help other people to start doing it, and to make sure that I was more actively doing it in my own life going forward. It's really a 4-step situation. It's figuring out where you are right now. So we all have something we want to do. We usually have a lot of some things that we want to do, a lot of goals, a lot of tasks, and we don't always complete them. We don't always achieve the goal. So we need to kind of take a look. Where are we with the goals we want to achieve? What is our status? And then the second step after we know where we're at is to celebrate where we are. Celebrate what we've learned from where we were before we had the goal even created. Maybe we haven't gotten to the top of the mountain, but we can celebrate how far we have gotten so far, or we can celebrate what we've learned having tried to climb it and fallen all the way back to the bottom. The world tells us we can't celebrate until we achieve something. It's not okay. Don't celebrate. But if we don't celebrate, we get frustrated, we lose power, we lose momentum, our self-esteem goes down. So that second step of celebration is crucial to get us to that third step, which is to kind of recalibrate. What do I need to do differently to go towards that goal? How am I going to change my approach? Maybe I'm just going to change the goal altogether, because sometimes our goals can change. Sometimes what we wanted to do 5 years ago, we don't need to do any longer, or we don't want to do any longer. And then, of course, the fourth step, as any good motivational speaker will tell you, is to take action. Go do it again. You've found out where you are. You've celebrated where you are. You've figured out what to do next. Now go do it. And in life, it can really be that simple. When Bailey found out that after her first round of chemotherapy had virtually no effect, that her tumor did not shrink when we thought that it would, it had actually grown. I remember asking her what she wanted to do next. How do you feel? And she just shrugged her shoulders. She didn't really have an expression for me. She just asked if we could get a slushie on the way home. And I'm just thinking, what are you thinking? I didn't say that. Obviously, we just stopped and got the slushie. But the thing is that she knew what she could control. And she was simply going to celebrate what she could at the time. And that was the day that she had. And tomorrow would be the next day that she had. And so on and so on. And today, it's many years later, and she is doing well. The tumor is still there, but it's stable. She's married. And thank goodness they're not in my house.
Wow, you have now blown me away. I didn't expect that last part. Oh my goodness. But Rich, I had to put on my glasses. You know why? Because I actually have a 5-point step. And my 5-point step is, if you don't know your why, you dream in 3D, you look at your resources, your who and your what, you take the action, and then celebrate. Celebrate. But you are doing it the second step. Wow. I love that. It's like, I never thought about that. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Wow. I love it. And thank you also for telling us your story. But we're going to come back to you in a few minutes. So, Deborah, you are going into ministry and you're going to inspire so many other people. You have already inspired so many people around you. And I know that you're also a speaker and at some of the top business events. So you are standing on stage and you are speaking your truth, and you are authentic, and you see the reaction from people. How do you feel? Let me just unmute you quickly.
Sure. I think I said to somebody the other day that there is nothing more special for me than to see somebody find their worth. or for somebody just to believe in themselves. I'm extremely passionate about working, especially with youth. And yes, I love working with women, but I think it comes, my youth that comes from knowing what it was like when I was stuck at home in the circumstances and I didn't know how to get out. And I just wish I had more tools then to know how to change my circumstances. And so my inspiration to youth today is, look at what you have, even if it's just only something small that you have in your hand. Because even with that little bit of something, there's so much you can create. Or just to, like Artie shared about the nature, just look around you and what do you see? Because, I think so many of us get broken and we get hurt because we're not seen and we're not heard. And somebody just can't come to us and say, I care. With the time that we've been at the village right now, I've seen just how many ladies. There was an elderly lady that was sitting in the dining room all by herself who's just turned 100. And I'd walked in and I gave my mom a big hug, hello, because she's at a frail care center now. And then just in the distance, this voice came. She said, can I have a hug too? And I think for me, it's, if I can hug 1,000 people, I always tell people I'm a hug bunny. When I'm standing on that stage, for me, it's not about the stage or the platform or trying to look for the, how can I say, the crowd's reaction. For me, it's about what is it, how do I feel, and that can I make a difference with what I say? Can I know that when I leave and what I've shared, whether it's my testimony or my life or a word, is it going to make a difference? Will somebody find hope? Will somebody find life? Will somebody walk out there that came in total despair and want to go out and actually live again or to find life? So I think for me, even when I go into the mission that I have the privilege to do now, into mission schools, working with Disciple School of Ministries, I know that it's an answered prayer for me for a long time. I've often wondered, why am I going here and there and to this province and that province and meeting these people and those people and these platforms? And you know what? We realize that everything is for a time such as now. My friend, even your time to have me here tonight is a perfect timing. And I'm forever grateful that the Lord allows these opportunities for me, because in me being inspired, it allows me to inspire others. So, just seeing a life change for me, even if it's only one, is the most important. So even hearing stories like Rich, where there's, where you just want to, there's a despair and you want to give up, and then there's just the beauty of celebrating, accepting and reflecting on all the good things, even in those very difficult times. And I think that's what we have to try and inspire, is that people mustn't look at the dark side. They must look at still the life that is there, that can be celebrated or brought alive, because we still have so much to give, even if we think we have little.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. I've got a message for you. Tandeka said, hello, my mother of the nation, Deborah Conlon. We are all behind you. Wow, Tandeka, that's amazing. Oh, thank you for commenting. Oh, it's like so amazing. Thank you, my beautiful Deborah. I'm going to go to Aretha. Let me just unmute. Aretha, so you have the power to change the youth, and you said that is one of your beautiful serves, that you serve the youth. How do you feel when they really listen to you, and your inspirational words? How does it make you feel? Because I know all of us is here for a reason. And I know you, I have met you the first day and I thought, wow, you are such an inspiration for me. I cannot even comprehend what the young people, how will they feel when they see you? Because my observation, especially here in South Africa, there's not a lot of stuff that I can do. So they feel like they are blocked, they are held down. And here comes you, and you show them your sparkle and inspire them. So I don't know if you can tell us, how do you feel?
You touched a very emotional spot, because you know, when you consider what the youth, everyone in South Africa, but now the youth more, are going through, have been through over the last couple of years. We were born in a time where there was, our parents tell you, gosh, you live in a fast world, but we realize that our fast-paced world is nothing compared to the level of speed that is in this world at the moment. And the poor you, the children of these days, were born into a time where there's so many distractions. To get a child to sit and watch TV, or I mean qualitative TV or information. Just for example, watching the coronation yesterday was a mission for my kids. It was like, oh gosh, this boring people stuff. But that's thing that goes down in history, that you should be able to say, I witnessed this. So, but it's not, if it's not the Xbox and game time and following those. So they live in a time where everything is so fast paced. And then COVID did a lot more than just bring on illnesses. It exposed what people were going through, being cooped together. So lots of homes were broken because of being, in that situation. And many children have come out more broken emotionally and physically than before, and now are having to go to school where they're engaging with children from all kinds of homes and going through so much. So being having the opportunity to sit with young people and let them share what's going on in their hearts, that the power of a hug is, it's beyond words. The power of just sitting and listening. Sometimes it's so hilarious when you hear it from the children's point of view. In fact, I remember for a while in my church, after the scripture is read, the priest will call for youth to come and read it in youth language words, and it was so hilarious to hear them, sound like Jesus, is the next door neighbor and say, yo, I'm gonna block you at this your yard. And it was nice to hear their interpretation of the scripture, because it is different from what we understand. So reading it in their words makes them also understand better what is going on. So listening to you give back to me what we are saying to them, the way they are understanding it, and the way they are reading our body language, our ways of handling challenges, yet telling them something else. I feel blessed. I think I would say that they inspired me. I recently had a picnic for girls between the ages of 10 and 12 to introduce them to puberty, the conversation around puberty, and watching initially how clogged up they were at the beginning of the conversation. Was like every word I said made them cringe, and then I made them understand, oh, I'm here with you. You're going through this. This is what I've been through. And listening to them, by the time it was over, opening up and saying, my friend said this. My friend, that, is it true that this would happen? Is it true? Gosh, I felt blessed, because that's what we want. We want to know what's going on in their minds, what they're dealing with. And moms are challenged. They don't know. The kids are not saying exactly what's hurting, because you don't want to be judged. You don't want to be seen as being naughty. You don't want what you're saying to be misread. So I love, love, love young people, and I keep telling moms, give me your daughters because I see bright stars in them. Let me talk to them. I want to teach girls how to say no to boys until the right time, in the right way, without making the boy feel small. I want to teach boys how to respect a girl, how to hold her hand, how to accept the no and still feel honored. I want to teach boys that when you see a girl and you see a stain behind her skirt, you don't point to another boy. If it means taking off your shirt, you defend that girl like she was your sister. I want young people to honestly be able to have on honest relationships without it having to be anything extraordinary. Just be appreciate that we are two humans blessed and gifted with everything we're going through, but that doesn't have to define who we are. So yeah, I'm inspired by them actually.
Wow, amazing, amazing. I have a message, and then I'm going to quickly tell you before you go, Aretha. The message is from the Diamond Beauties. Greetings from Toronto, Canada. Sending love, a light, and love. So thank you so much. Please remember,
Thank
ladies,
you.
on the Diamond Beauties, put your names in, then we can see who is writing for us. So, my beautiful Aretha, I have this amazing power hour show that the E360 TV have granted me. So I was like so inspired. I went for a photo shoot. I did a fun photo shoot. And while I was sitting in the bath, that was one of the props, I was thinking, I want to do a show, TV show for the youth between 12 and 18. I want to tell them about relationships. I want to tell them about self love. And I want to tell them about money matters. Because it
Mm,
took for me many years to sort out my money issues, all the things that I have learned, that I have accumulated here on my shoulder. And so I was very bold and I said to the president, can I please have this show? And he said to me, it will not be able to be on E360 TV because our viewers are from 37 and up. But he is going to find out how I can do something like that for the youth. So I think that's going to be amazing because, when we had that power of love, shivering, and how many of us, especially on a Diamond Beauty, said, "Oh, we wish we can have a man like Glenn that have done all the shivering." But I think, and you are so right, Aretha, if we could start with the youth, how amazing and how much chivalry and romance can there be, and love and respect for each other if we start there.
yes.
I just want to say thank you for taking the time out and spending time with those beautiful little ones. You are amazing. You are
Oh,
amazing.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Love you too.
So, Rich, I am going to come back to you. I wanted to ask who will benefit from your program and how can people connect to you?
Well, everybody can benefit from my program, but the people I really enjoy talking to are the people that are in jobs like I have been in my life. I've been in sales my whole life, and if there's ever a job that can beat you down, it is sales because you're always getting told no. You're always up against goals that you may or may not reach, and other people are always defining what your success is for you. And so being able to work with salespeople and help them to kind of wrap their minds around what it is they do and celebrate those victories, even if their bosses aren't necessarily letting them celebrate, uh, it helps push them forward so that eventually their bosses will celebrate for them. Customer service representatives are the same way, whether they're on the phone or in person, they get beaten up all the time by the public because they're not giving us what we want. And so we feel we can beat them down. And those poor people are, for the most part, only doing what they're allowed to do. And they need to be able to set their own goals and set their own victories as well. But let's face it, it's an epidemic for everybody. And it's really just a matter of tailoring the win anyway life to you as an individual. So if it's a bunch of accountants, a bunch of insurance people, a bunch of single moms, there are ways to look at life that are specific to them, are specific to you, so that you can work through the win anyway process and come out better for it on the other side. But you know, all those speaking coaches out there would tell you, oh no, don't tell anybody you speak to everybody. But come on, there are some universal concepts out there.
Exactly. Oh, wow. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you go into the description, I've got all my beautiful guest bios as well as their contact details for you to, even after the show, go and you can all follow each other and follow them. So, Reach, before closing down, what golden nugget can you give the viewers?
The final golden nugget I would give your viewers is that you are in control. No matter what programming you have been subjected to from youth or even today, the programming you hear on the radio, from the TV, the people telling you that you don't have the right car or the right house or the right family, the right whatever, that's not for them to decide. You don't have to be who the world tells you you are. You can be who you decide you want to be.
Wow. I love it. So, Rich, I don't know if you know, but if there's a mic drop, my mic drop wording is boom, shakalaka. I love that. Thank you so much. So I've got another message before going to Deborah. It was Vin, said she is from Toronto, Canada. Hello, Vin. I'm so happy to see you. And then there's another message. It says, great cast of individuals. So thank you so much. So my beautiful Deborah, how can people can get hold of you? And if you can also give us a golden nugget, please. Let me just unmute you. Okay.
Okay. Mainly you can get hold of me just on Facebook at this stage. I am busy redesigning my web with the changes that are taking place. So on Facebook, I'm just as Debbie Conlon for now while I'm redesigning. But also just for me, I think that with mine, I just want to inspire you that if you've got something to talk about, if there's something you need to if you're feeling stuck, or you feeling like you need to unpack something, it's important that if you take the vision that is inside of you, and sometimes we just need somebody to share that with, somebody to listen, so that we can unpack what we have in order to design it into something more. And so I'm a good listener. Come and talk to me, whether it's something personal, whether it's something business. Let's see rather where you're at, and instead of giving up where you are and thinking there's nothing forward, let's rather just take the time together and just listen to what you have and see what we can create outside that. Because there is so much available. Today there's so much that you can find, so much that you can learn, and build your bridge. Rather don't say there's nothing we can do. I always believe there's no problem that can't be solved. If you believe it's possible, anything is possible. For me, my favorite personal scripture is from Philippians 4:13, that I can do all things through Christ who is my strength. And I know that there is absolutely nothing I can do, nothing I face. I can't change anything, but I certainly can take an empty canvas and draw a new future. I don't have to be stuck and defined by where I come from, because the Lord promises me that when I let the past go, there is so much more that my future can look like. And so I'd love to just be in that space that I could be with you and take where you are, and let's open up that little gift box and let's see what treasures are inside that can be created. So,
Amazing.
and I would say my nugget is build a bridge and get over it.
Oh, wow. I love it. I love it. Boom, shakalaka. So, my beautiful Aretha, we are almost finished with our show. Can you believe it that we are almost an hour in? So, I want to ask, how can the people get hold of you? And if you can also give us your golden nugget. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm on social media. I think just Google my name, you'll find me on Facebook as Aretha Aleka, on Instagram Aretha Aleka, on um, LinkedIn Aretha Eta Aleka. I'm on Telegram. So the same my name will take you to me. So that's the first thing. And so for me, the inspiration, what your life, this is my personal belief, stand for something or fall for anything. Your life will go as far as your belief system will permit you. So you need to open your mind and tell yourself the truth. And the truth is that you are built for greatness. You are not a mistake. You are not on this earth to just live and die, even to just live and pay bills, but you have purpose. And so quitting is not an option. No matter what you're going through, go through it knowing that life is not happening to you, but life is happening for you. My scripture that I really hold on to and believe in is in Mark chapter 9, verse 23. And this is how I say it. Everything is possible for I believe. It says everything is possible for the one who believes, but I personalize that. Everything is possible for I believe. And if you wake up every day telling yourself your truth, your personal truth, I am great. Today is an amazing day. I can do all things. I am stepping up. I am looking up. The sun is shining upon me. That is what you will experience. So it's totally about your personal belief. Walk in your truth. And your truth is that you are built for greatness. You are a born winner. So go win out there. Thank you.
Boom, shakalaka. Oh, wow. So, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, didn't I have amazing guests? I want to say thank you, Rich. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Aretha. We're going to play out with my signature song. As you know, I just want to quickly mute Aretha. As you know, I'm not allowed to play Walking on Sunshine. That's my forever song. But Jennifer Gerald have written for me a song, Cover the World with Love. I gave her sparkles. I gave her butterflies. I gave her a lot of wording. So please, if I may, ask you to have a dance with me. Can you hear?
Walking on sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. singing, dancing, soaring high above. Sprinkle me with fairy dust and cover me with love.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for honoring me to dance with me. My beautiful ladies and gentlemen, please look after yourself. Smile often and keep on dancing. Bye, everyone.